In today's video, we're getting out of the city. We'll be heading to a little oasis deep in the desert, complete with a small lake and palm trees. We're going to do some lakeside camping and cooking, and I'll be sharing a little bit about my off-grid electrical system, how it works, and how much energy I use in a typical day. And I would like to thank Epoch Lithium Batteries for sponsoring this video. They sent me a new battery bank to test out in my tiny home on wheels. To prepare for this trip, I had to swap out my old battery bank, which consisted of two 12-volt, 200 amp hour lithium batteries wired in series to create a 24-volt bank. This new Epoch battery bank consists of two 12-volt, 460 amp hour lithium batteries. So we got the batteries installed. They fit like a glove. The app they have is so cool. So it's Bluetooth, and if you look at the top, it shows my battery bank is at 97%. My output voltage is 26.8 volts. Here you can see I have a series connection. And then if we scroll down, it shows me each battery individually. So I have two batteries at 13.4 volts. So now I have double the battery storage without really giving up any extra space. I also have a full review on these batteries that explains why I believe they are the best choice for off-grid living. I'll drop a link to that video in the description. Wow, this looks like an absolutely incredible spot. I'm down here in the brush, in the reeds, right on the lake, and I bet you, I kind of backed up in a strategic way. There comes a Jeep. I kind of backed up in a strategic way where I believe my window at my desk where I look outside is going to be right in front of this water. So let's go hop outside and check it out. I'm excited. So there's a little bit of noise down here. There's like a pump station where it's pumping water out of the lake into the irrigation. But that won't be a problem for me. I won't hear that inside the van. Check it out. Look at this. Here's the van. Here's the lake. Dang. Let's hop up and see how it sounds. I think we'll be fine inside. And here we go. Look at that view from the desk. Right outside. I can see the lake. I can see all the brush. This is going to be a great spot to hang out, edit some video. Let's check the temperatures. It's heating up down here in Yuma, Arizona. It's currently 89 inside, 98 degrees outside. So this is going to be a perfect opportunity to test the air conditioner. And so we'll be using this throughout the video to kind of monitor my energy usage. And so if you look at it, you can see right now the battery is 100% full, 0 watts, 0 amps. And so we're going to go ahead and turn on the mini split. And also we'll do a timestamp to kind of see how long it takes to cool this place down. So it's currently 3:32 p.m. You can see that up in the corner. Boom. I'm going to set it for 75 degrees. And so it looks like the mini split is pulling just under 700 watts. We're currently at 685. So 3:26 p.m. Let's check back in 20 minutes at 3:46 and see how it's doing, see how the temperatures are. I have 1280 watts of solar on the roof, which powers my home during the day and charges my batteries. And then once the sun goes down, my battery bank provides power throughout the night. All right, we're back. It is 3:58 p.m. You can see right here, the mini split is pulling just about 358 watts. Battery is currently at 98%. It feels very comfortable in here. I'm just in a t-shirt and shorts, but I no longer feel hot. Obviously, when I first got in here and it was 89 degrees, it was pretty hot. And so we'll look at the temperature. And so I noticed On this display, I don't think it's very accurate because it says that it's 81 degrees in here, but it doesn't feel like 81. So I think for some reason that's not getting a good reading, but I pulled out this thermometer that I have. We're actually 72, 4, 6, 8. We're just about 75 degrees. So we're pretty close in just about 20 minutes, which is pretty awesome. So the insulation in the van does a good job. The mini split on high capacity does a good job of cooling everything down. And even though it's 96 degrees outside, it's calm and comfortable in here. So I'm gonna go ahead and pull out the drone. I don't do a lot of drone shots in my videos, but this is a pretty cool location. And so I'd like to kind of fly throughout the area and see what's going on, look at the lake and some of the other wetlands here. So we'll go ahead and grab that and go for a flight. And I just heard the air conditioner ramp down, so it's possible that we got close to temperature. And it dropped down even more. Now we're only pulling 61 watts. So that's pretty cool. In less than an hour, we got this entire place cooled down, comfortable, really efficient mini split. And one thing I want to mention is people, when I've done videos like this before, people say, oh, 75 degrees, that's hot. I need my house at 72 or 70 or 68 degrees. And there's a difference with being in a small space like this with the AC running. And the difference is, like, when you're in a house, you know, you're going to be taking the average temperature at the wall somewhere where there's a thermostat, and then you'll have little vents all over the house, but you never really feel the cold air directly. You're just kind of in the space feeling like an overall average of the temperatures. But in this box, the mini split is literally right up here and it's blowing directly on you. So keep in mind, if the current temperature in here is 75 degrees, the temperature coming out of that mini split is typically 20 degrees less. So even though it's 75 in here, when I'm standing here, I'm feeling the draft from the AC and it's much, much cooler. So 75 degrees, like, to me, this is super comfortable. I don't need it any cooler than this. Honestly, if it was much cooler, I would probably put long pants on. So I would say that 75 degrees in a box truck with a mini split kind of pushing air directly on you, it's pretty comparable to 70 degrees in a traditional house. So I want to fly the drone for golden hour. God, look how beautiful this scenery is. But we're a little bit early. The sun is still pretty bright. We probably have another half an hour or so until the sun dips down a little bit. We lose its intensity, and then we should get a nice, beautiful golden hour sunset. So in the meantime, I thought I'd just go for a walk, explore the area, see what's going on. So peaceful. By the way, I wanted to make note, the water pump turned off, so it doesn't run continually. It just pumps as needed to fill the agricultural drain. But look at this, lots of little ducks out here. Some ducks over there just swimming. So you can see, I'll try to zoom in as much as I can here, all around the perimeter of the lake, there's little palm trees, and then there's other boondockers. I see a couple camper vans out over here. I see some sprinters, lots of RVs and toy haulers. It's really busy over there. There's a lot of rigs over there. And then over here, there's a couple rigs. Up here, there's a couple Jeeps. But I kind of got this little private spot, which is pretty cool. There's nobody over here on my side. Really nice big parking lot. There's a little fire pit over here, so you could have a little campfire. It's still definitely desert. Lots of sand and dirt and rocks. We'll go take a look at this water pump here. This thing's pretty intense. So when I first got here, this thing was running heavy. It It looks like it's pumping water up out of the lake, and then it's sending it into this pipe down here, into this agricultural pipe. It looks like part of it actually broke off. This piece broke off and it's just hanging out in there. But yeah, and then it goes down and I'm not sure where it goes, but it goes off to feed the farms, to give them water. This is a wonderful spot to rest and relax, recharge my batteries. I've been a very busy nomad between making YouTube videos, one video a week, one live stream every Wednesday, and then additionally working as a solar installer. I'm a very busy person, so I definitely try not to overload myself. The whole reason I chose this lifestyle was because I was overworked in my previous life, and so I don't want that to happen again. I want to make sure I maintain a good balance, and that, of course, I work hard. I do have a good work ethic. I enjoy working. I love doing electrical, and I love making videos. But at the same time, I want to make sure that I leave myself room to rest and recover, because it's no fun if you're just working all the time. Life moves pretty quickly, and then before you know it, you're old and gray, and there's not much left. So trying to enjoy the time in between, make some memories along the way, help the people, but also help myself. Whoa, look at all those birds in the sky. Look at that, a whole flock of blackbirds. Wow, that's cool. There's just hundreds of them. This is really interesting over here. Look at the soil. Can you guys see all these like dirt mounds? It looks like a bunch of huge like gopher holes. I wonder what caused that. That's really interesting. They're pretty solid. Like when I step on them, they don't cave in. But look at that. There's like peaks and valleys everywhere. It almost looks like an old lake bed. I don't know. It's real strange. There's some little cavities in it. Hopefully there's no critters in there. Is that a snake hole? I don't know. Don't put your hand in there, that's for sure. I'm looking for snake skin. I don't think there's any snakes out here though, really. Right as I say that, watch me run up on a king cobra. Watch out for the king cobra. He's hungry. All right, we made it back to the van. Sun is still gradually dipping. Looking better already. So I think I'll get set up. I'll hop up on the deck for golden hour, fly the drone, get some shots, and then we'll go inside and make some food. Here we are up on the roof, looking at all 1,280 watts of solar. Look at this. Beautiful. Sun's going down. The colors are bright, warm. I can see there's somebody over here. I don't think it'll zoom in enough, but there's somebody over there like in the grass. Maybe they're bird watching, or maybe they're fishing. I'm not sure. But they're hiding out in the bushes, that's for sure. The footage on these drones is so crazy. I mean, I feel like I'm watching a Hollywood movie right now. But it's just a man in his drone. Now I'm just gonna hang out, enjoy the sunset, watch the sun go over the mountain, just sit here, enjoy some peace and quiet. And there it is. The sun went down over the mountains. Golden hour complete. What a wonderful, peaceful evening by the lake. Couldn't have asked for anything better. So we'll go ahead and do a check on the batteries. 6:51 p.m. We got 180 watts coming in from the air conditioner, but we're going into the evening with a 90% battery charge. So here's what we're gonna do tonight. We're going to make a beef stir fry, and I have some steak that I cooked up yesterday, so I'm gonna slice that up and put it into a stir fry sauce, and I'm gonna cut these 2 bell peppers, and I'm gonna use a mixture of cream of mushroom soup, better than bouillon, chicken flavor, minced garlic, and additionally some of this Japanese barbecue sauce, which is absolutely my favorite. And then over here we're gonna make some quinoa in the Instant Pot, and that will be the bed that the stir fry goes on top of. So for those of you that aren't familiar, this is quinoa. It's like I guess you'd call it a grain. So here we're adding 1 cup of quinoa. It's been rinsed, lightly rinsed with some water. And so we're just gonna put that directly into the bottom of the Instant Pot. Then we're gonna add 1 cup of water on top of it, and we will cook it for 1 minute. But when you're cooking for a minute, it takes about 5 minutes to come up to temperature, and then it takes about 5 minutes to release the steam. So you're actually getting about 10 minutes of cook time on top of the 1 minute that we're asking for. And there we are, 1 minute cook time on high. Lid is closed. So let's see what we're looking at. So just so you guys know, right now I'm running the cooktop at level 5, which is about 50% power. I got the vent fan on, the lights, the overhead lights. I'm charging my drone and the controller, and my router is on. And currently we are using 760, 82, 93, about 800 watts. So 800 watts, and then we'll go ahead and kick on the Instant Pot. It's also possible the AC might have kicked on with all the heat going on in here. Okay. 7:44 p.m. is the time. 88% battery charge. 1600 watts. Let's go. We got the bell peppers and the steak in the skillet. The Instant Pot just finished cooking, so we got to let that sit for about 5 minutes anyway until it can release the pressure. I have too much bell pepper, so I'm just going to save this for later, although it is tasty. And I am hungry, so I'm snacking on it as we cook. It's actually quite delicious. I got this cream of mushroom soup. So we're gonna pour this on top first. Guys, I'm just going for it. This is wild. Oh boy. Oh boy, we just put the whole can in there. It all came out as one big chunk. By the way, this is like an organic, all natural cream of mushroom. This can cost me like $3 versus if you get the cheap stuff, it's like 88 cents a can. But if you read the ingredients, the cheap stuff, the first ingredient is like corn syrup. On this one, the first ingredient is water, then mushrooms, then cream, then cornstarch, sea salt, organic onion powder. Very good ingredients. The cheap cream of mushroom, not good ingredients. So the cream of mushroom is in there. Looking tasty. Next, I'm gonna add a little minced garlic. That seems like a lot of garlic. Oh, that seems like a lot, but I'm sure it's gonna be fine. This is DIY cooking with Nomad Brad. Now we're gonna add a little bit of this Better Than Bouillon chicken broth base bouillon. Again, I got the organic. That's probably good. It's pretty, I think it's pretty concentrated stuff. So we'll do that. We'll mix that in. The beef with the chicken, with the cream of mushroom, with the bell pepper. Hell yeah. And then the last thing I'm gonna be adding is this Japanese barbecue sauce, which is really delicious, by the way. Oh boy, that's a lot. Okay, there we go. All right. I can't tell if it's gonna be delicious or an abomination. I don't know, maybe this isn't really a stir fry. I feel like stir fry maybe doesn't have a cream sauce. I don't know what this is, but honestly, it looks tasty and it smells delicious. I wish you guys could smell this. Okay, moment of truth. Nomad Brad just throwing stuff together with no regard given to quantities or mixtures. Interesting. Hold on, let me try that again. Let me try this again. Okay. So right away, the first thing you notice, the first thing that hits you is like the teriyaki sauce. That's kind of the first thing. But soon after, you actually start to get the creaminess from that cream of mushroom soup. Very, very interesting. It's definitely like a multi-layered flavor sensation. It's actually really tasty. It's not bad. Turn that fan off for a minute. We're not really cooking too crazy anymore. You know what's interesting is Nomad Brad, I never used to cook that much. And the main reason I didn't do it is just because it seemed intimidating. And there's so many steps and techniques and like, you know, it's a whole, cooking properly is a whole science. And so that's part of the reason I just never really bothered with it. But I've realized actually it's not that difficult and you don't have to get crazy. Like you don't have to follow a bunch of super strict guidelines. You can kind of just throw stuff together and with just kind of some general understanding and it turns out pretty good. And this is no exception. It's absolutely delicious. Absolutely delicious. Fantastic. And here we are, timestamp, 8:05 p.m., 86% battery charge, and we're currently pulling 103 watts. So everything dropped back down. We're kind of in maintain mode, and now we're gonna eat this delicious concoction that I've created. I'm excited about it. It's fluffy, moist. That looks really, really good. Oh my goodness. This honestly, this looks like It looks really good. This looks like something you would get at like a Chinese restaurant or something. So here it is. You can see the little garlic flakes in it. We got the quinoa down at the bottom. Kind of mix all that in. Wow, that looks so delicious. I'm hungry. I don't know what time it is anymore. It's like 8 something. Definitely past my dinner time. So normally I watch something on YouTube while I'm eating dinner, but out here the reception's not very good. You know, I watch so many YouTube episodes, but it's pretty rare that I actually have time to like sit down and watch a full movie. So I think that's what I'm gonna do tonight. I have a bunch of DVDs that I keep with me just for this exact occasion when I don't have internet and I wanna watch something.
I got another 10 blocks. Yo, the local force. Any president. Don Summer shows up for free. Oh, way uptown.
Hello, my friends. We just wrapped up a movie night, and here's what we got going on. With the leftovers, we got the extra beef teriyaki sauce in this bowl. The extra quinoa is in here, and that's some extra beef that I did not use tonight in the cooking. So that's just going to sit out. It's cooled down by now, so I'll put the lid on, put it in the fridge. And then over here, here's my skillet. I put some water in it. I'm just going to let it sit overnight, and I'm going to deal with that in the morning. The bowl's cleaned out. The Instant Pot bowl is rinsed out. So some light dishes we'll do in the morning. And yeah, let's take a look at our energy consumption, see how we did. This will be the final reading for the evening. So we currently have 74% battery remaining. We're currently using 88 watts just to run all the lights and everything going on in the rig. And it says down here we used 121 amp hours. And here we are with a morning battery check. It's currently 7:15 a.m. Let's see how much battery we're waking up with. And here it is. 71% battery at 7:15 a.m. And additionally, with the weather report, it is a chilly 47 degrees outside and 64 degrees inside my tiny home on wheels. So we woke up with a 71% battery charge. My solar system will have no problem bringing my battery bank back to 100% by this evening. A few things to keep in mind: this new larger battery bank from Epoch is more than twice the size of the battery bank that I designed my solar system to charge. That means if I took the bank all the way down to, say, 10%, I wouldn't be able to fully recharge it in one day. However, lithium batteries are meant to be cycled, meaning drained low before they are recharged. So it's completely safe to take this battery bank down to 10% capacity or even lower. And it's also safe to not fully charge it every day. I've been living in this van for over 2 years now, and I've only had a couple of instances in the winter where I've had to conserve energy a bit, but I've never actually ran out of power. It's a great feeling to be energy independent while still having all the modern conveniences of a traditional home. And that's it for me, guys. I want to thank Epoch Lithium for sponsoring this video, and I'll leave a link in the description to my full review of these batteries. And I hope to see you next time. This is Nomad Brad signing out.